How's it going, gamers? Chongo here, and today I've got a sort of a preview for you guys, and the gameplay is going to be of a game called the Showdown Effect, and basically I'm going to be giving you my experiences and basically, explaining to you guys what the game is. So anyway, let's get into it. Now, the description of the game is the Showdown Effect is a 2.5D multiplayer action game inspired by the 80s and 90s action movies. Champions from throughout time fight to the death for fun, for glory, and for awesome. Now, when I first heard about this game, I just instantly had to buy it just because of that, because to me, watching movies like that, just that are all about the action, is really awesome, and it has pretty much transferred very well into this game. Now, there is one game mode called Showdown in this game. There are other game modes, but it's currently only in its beta stages, so you can buy it now and you get access to that. However, the first game mode that obviously you have access to is Showdown, and what this is this is 8-player versus, so it's a free-for-all, and you can play as multiple different characters, just basically taking on whoever you want. It's a very fast-paced game, and if you're into something that you just want to play a couple of matches of, something really fast with your friends that, it is basically just killing whoever you can, this is definitely a game that you will enjoy. Now, to get into the characters, at the moment in the beta there's only 4 characters, and you start with 2 of them, and you can unlock the other 2 by pretty much playing through the game and basically getting XP that you can spend on items as well as obviously characters. Now, I really like this system. Some other games have tried to pull it off, but I think this game works really well just because you've got the whole unique currency for everything. It's not like each separate thing you have to get kills with a certain weapon, nothing like that, just basically, so how well you do per game will give you basically this currency that allow you to buy guns, items, and characters. One thing that's done really well in this game is there is no real class system, and you're not really forced to choose whatever you want. So for example, I could be playing as one character and just have all swords, or I could be playing as another character and just having all guns. I'm not really restricted to anything. The only thing that's pretty much that is unique to each character is their certain ability. So for example, for one of the characters called Dutch McClone, if you press control, this will bring up a shield, whereas in some other characters this may make them do a kick or use a rocket boost, or just they've basically got uniqueness like that. So it depends what kind of playstyle you want to play as, but they're not really overpowered. They've all got their own little thing that they can do. In the Showdown Effect, you get to start with 2 weapons, so these can be anything like I've said before. So for example, you can have a sword and a gun, and that can be your 2 weapon choice. And also throughout the levels there will be items placed, like for example you can find a pillow, basically a halberd, anything that you can find in the environment, you can use that as a weapon as well to whack your enemies, as well as throw it at enemies. You can also use items that have been picked up from the map to defend yourself, as well as some of your own items. However, some of the items aren't obviously defensible weapons, so you can't use a gun to defend yourself, but you can use a sword and items like that, as well as the ability to throw the weapons that you are carrying at enemies if you're out of ammo, or if you just choose to not use that weapon anymore. Now, one of the characters is called Dutch McClone, and his description is as follows. Born in Austria but now living in America, he has been subjected to identity theft as well as transportation in time. He must fight to regain his identity and return to the present to his real job as a kindergarten teacher. Dutch is generally a nice guy, but when pushed has a real killer instinct and becomes a cold-blooded killer. He must now find out who did this to him and why. So all the characters have a funny little description like that, and obviously you can think of who that character is without it actually mentioning it, as well as while you're playing throughout the game they say funny taunts, and it just makes the game a lot more enjoyable than just killing people, but to actually hear your character say something funny actually relating to what has been happening. Also for this game, the servers are really well set out, and it's not that hard to host a server. You don't need to go through any port forwarding or anything like that. You just click host, and you can have people joining your game instantly, as well as joining a friend is relatively easy, so you don't need to worry about any problems with that. So I would definitely recommend this game to anyone who just wants to have a relaxed game with a friend, and just have fun killing each other. It's a really fun game for that, and I could see it really being a fun game if you try and get 8 of your friends in and see who can be the top player. Currently in the beta there are only 2 maps at the moment, and these are Medieval Mayhem and Showdown in Neon Tokyo. You can buy the Showdown Effect for $10 on Steam, and this will give you immediate access to the beta, and personally I think $10 for this game is definitely worth it. I'm surprised it wasn't up to about 20 or 30. This brings me to the end of my little preview for the Showdown Effect. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like, and if you've got any comments about the Showdown Effect or anything like that, put that down below, and if you want to join the Gamerhood, just subscribe. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.
Mind cannot live without the body.